What's up, everybody? So today we're gonna be working on the truck once again. We got the hood open, as you guys can see here. We're gonna go ahead, jump in, and do some more engine work. Previous video, or I guess a little while back ago, we had done the carburetor and it cleaned up the engine bay really nice. It looks good. So now we're gonna move on to the next step, which will be the valve cover. Now you guys can kind of see down there, like it leaks. This valve cover, leaks crazy bad.
Pretty good.
We're gonna go ahead, replace the gasket, and while we have it out, we're gonna go ahead and paint the valve cover too. We had talked about, I believe it was the last video.
Yeah.
We told them about the whole theme of the truck, the new idea that we had, and well, I was going to show them the color that we ended up going with. But if you guys haven't seen that video, make sure to go check that out first so you know exactly what our plans are with the truck as far as appearance-wise. But I think having a white valve cover, well, I guess it's kind of your idea.
Yeah,
I wanted to do that. So white valve cover will really stand out nicely with the whole Dragon Ball Z Majin Buu theme that we have going with this for now. And you guys can see here, we've got the primer, the paint, the gloss clear. We also got paint remover or aircraft stripper this time because last time we did this on
the SC300 and it was wire brush. And
yeah, and it didn't come clean as nice as we wanted it to. It was kind of quick. We just wanted to fix the gasket. Plus, we did all that work and it got covered up by the intake anyway, so you didn't really see it. I mean, we did that one silver or
like
gunmetal.
Yeah.
So we figured, I think white will stand out really nice in this engine bay, and having the paint stripper will do really well to clean it. So we'll see how that works. We'll let you guys know. But then we also picked up this Loctite instant gasket. So we'll see how that works. I've never used this stuff. Typically we use like
the squeezable stuff. This is sprayable.
I think it's Permatex stuff. Is that what it is? So
yeah.
That's the stuff I'm kind of used to. I'm really interested to see how this works. And we also got some gloves just because this stuff here is so aggressive. Like it can hurt your skin and stuff. Yeah. We don't want that. And we also got the gasket. So for now, let's go ahead, jump into the engine bay and get this valve cover taken off. Okay, so in order to get this valve cover off, there are 7 10mm bolts all the way around. We also have to disconnect the PCV here. The only thing we may run into a little issue with is this here. You can see it's pretty dry rotted, so I don't know if we'll be able to save that. Hopefully we can. If not, we can go ahead and replace that. Like you said, it's just a couple bucks. Yeah, so we'll try to find, if we do break it, I mean, we may fix it anyway just because it's off the truck. But for now, let's go ahead and pop this off and yeah, let's go ahead and get this done. Okay, so we just got the screws, or yeah, the bolts all out. We have them in order here. So this is the left side. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the right side goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The reason I do that is because they are different sizes. They're not all the same length. Rather than putting them in like a piece of cardboard or something that has the shape of the valve cover, this just keeps them here. Hopefully don't knock those off and lose them. But we got the PCV valve out here. You can see the rubber piece here isn't in the best of shape.
No, it's pretty cracked.
We were able to save it. So now this whole thing should just come out, hopefully.
Oh, dude, that gasket is crunch.
Yeah, she's pretty bad. Hooked on the throttle cable. So yeah, there we go. Looks like somebody like already shoved like a bunch of RTV or something in there.
Yeah.
The surface doesn't look too bad. But you guys can see like where it was coming out was back there on the sides. So yeah, we'll go ahead, clean this up, and get it ready for paint. Okay, so you guys can see here we got the valve cover sitting here. We went ahead, took it apart. You can kind of see there's like some sludge buildup up there. Took out that tray there as well. It's got some sludge on it, so we're gonna go ahead and clean that up, and I can show you guys here in the engine as well. It's not in bad shape. There is some buildup and stuff in this. Nothing, I guess,
nothing crazy.
Big spots or anything that I really see, but it isn't the cleanest thing we've ever seen. I'm sure the previous owner who had this didn't do regular oil changes. We just changed the oil when he first got the truck, but might have to try like maybe seafoam to clean it up.
Yeah.
The engine isn't going to be like a permanent thing in this car. We're going to eventually swap it out for something else, but for now we're just trying to clean it up, get rid of all the leaks and whatnot. So as of now, let's go ahead, get that all cleaned up, get the inside stuff here cleaned up, and then we'll go ahead and do the outside as well so we can get ready for paint. Okay, so we went ahead, we got these cleaned up as much as we can. We did some degreaser, brushing and stuff. The inside is way better compared to what it was before, as well as this piece that was inside too. It's still not the best, but it's as best as it's gonna get for now. So we'll go ahead, we'll take our aircraft stripper, which Luke's already playing with. This stuff is gonna stink, but yeah, basically let's put this on. It says it'll come to bare metal in 15 minutes right there. So let's try this out. Okay, so we just got that all rinsed off. That stuff is pretty bad. I mean, you couldn't even breathe, I couldn't breathe. Had to put a respirator on, that stuff's pretty bad. So make sure if you guys ever use this stuff, just be very careful with it. I mean,
gloves,
respirators, and yeah. So basically what we did, we got it all rinsed off now. It does an awesome job. It took all of the grease and stuff off of it. Now, if this was already painted, it would have just taken the paint right off. Yeah, so it's good to go right now. We're gonna go ahead and set up kind of like a bench or work stand to work off of and scuff it up, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump into primer. So you guys can see here, we end up getting it all cleaned up. It's been sanded and everything. Got our paint, or I guess our primer. We're gonna go ahead, throw down like a couple coats of that on top of this, and then we can go ahead and move on to our color coat, which will be the white. So let's go ahead and start painting. Okay, so this is our first coat of primer. We're gonna go ahead and let this set up for 10 minutes and then come back to our second coat. And then after that, we have to wait another half an hour before we can actually spray the color coat. So we got a little bit of time to kill. So I guess
I feel like we've done this before.
We have done this before. We did it on the SC300. Yep. Okay, so we got the white can next. We're gonna go ahead and spray this. The primer's fully cured. We ended up having to swap out the head on these because for some reason, you guys can kind of see here, I've been doing like some test sprays. It is like super blotchy. I don't know why. But now that we swapped out the head to this other one, it's spraying fine, so we're good to go. So let's go ahead and start painting. All right, so that's the first coat we got done now. And I like how, as I told you guys, it's spraying fine. It decided to splatter out, so hopefully it gets covered up when we do the second coat. Okay, so we went ahead, we got our 3 coats down. Here it is. You guys can see it turned out pretty good. No major runs or sags. I only have like one little spot right there, but the rest of it looks fine. The one thing that really sucked, for some reason, I don't know why, if it's just white in general or if it's that can we end up picking up, but it never did spray properly. You can see here, it like splattered and sputtered and spat some stuff out. We warmed up the can, we let it soak in some warm water, tried to bring it up to temp. Changed out the tips, and it still splattered, so I don't know what happened. So next up, we're gonna go ahead, spray the clear coat. I know it's already pretty shiny as is, but hopefully this brings it out even more and makes it pop. We can go ahead and put it on. I don't know if we'll be able to put it on tonight. We may just let this cure up overnight and then come back tomorrow and finish it off. Okay, so we just managed to get our last coat of clear coat on the valve cover. Go and show it to you guys here. Turned out pretty good. It's nice and shiny and everything. Not real happy with the white, but hey, it is what it is. And it's not the color I'm not happy with. It's just the can that we had splattered and everything. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead, let this stuff set up and cure, and then we will come back. For us, it's pretty late right now, so we'll probably come back in the morning. So just hang out for a second and we'll be right back. All right, so we are back. We got the valve cover set in here. We went ahead, took all the masking tape and stuff off of it. It is completely cured up. It looks awesome. Also put in the valve cover gasket, so it's good to go. So I guess we can remove the bag now that was protecting the engine, and we can go and get it installed. Okay, so now we got the valve cover on. It went on nicely. Everything lines up. The gasket's good. The one thing I will say is that instant gasket maker that we ended up using, which the Loctite stuff over here, actually works a lot better than what that other stuff is. I mean, I got some on my fingers and everything, but it's much easier to apply. So I'm really happy with the way that works. All that's left to do is go ahead and get this bolted down and then let it fully cure up. Okay, so we just managed to get the valve cover completed. It is done now. We got everything hooked back up, the oil cap, the PCV, and put all the spark plug wires back in there. So now it is done. I think it turned out pretty good. I mean,
I'm happy with it.
you wanted the white, and I think the white actually looks pretty good in the engine bay. The only thing I'm not real fond of is just the texture from the white can. I don't know if we got a bad can or what it was, but it's fine for now. We'll eventually probably be swapping the engine out anyway, so no big deal. The only thing I kind of want to do, I think if we do a future one, is possibly
Powder coat.
Powder coat. So I think we can get some other like interesting colors and stuff from that. The other thing I thought about is we could have played around with this valve cover, maybe done like added some pearls or something into it, which we haven't done that yet. I think we'll do that here in the future, do like some speed shapes and stuff for you guys to see the colors that we are thinking about actually dipping the truck. So stay tuned for that. But otherwise, for now, I think we're going to go ahead and end it out here. We still have a few more things to do on the engine bay. We need to do something about the exhaust just because we ended up crushing these, like, whatever, are they emissions or something?
Yeah, there's some emissions.
So we got those capped off, but they still kind of leak a little bit. We need to just delete all that, and I think the idea is to put a header in there of some kind. So stay tuned for that as well. But I guess if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.